How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about SNDL's Sundial Growers. And you know I'm going to tell you guys again, yes, it ended up visiting the 70-cent range again. And I told you guys this, many of you are just still saying, nah, it's going to stay in the 80s. Well, you had the opportunity to catch it on that dip. Let's look forward to see what it does. But of course, let's go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a big time update from SNDL. Can't wait to share it with you guys. And then secondly, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the price action, areas of support. We already know already, it's been extremely helpful. We've been able to see certain areas where it could possibly test, and I know many of you have been able to make some money off of the fluctuations as well. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know, is there continued short squeeze potential? Well, we're going to figure that out. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. Are institutions loading up on shares? I feel this is key to know because it will have an impact on the stock price. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thought. So let's jump to it. So let's go over the big update that came from Sundial Growers today. Sundial Growers completes the acquisition of Spirit Leaf Retail Cannabis Network. Sundial Growers is pleased to announce the completion of the previously disclosed arrangement whereby Sundial has acquired all of the issued and outstanding common shares of Inner Spirit Holdings. Inner Spirit shares for consideration per Inner Spirit shares consisting of 30 cents in cash and 0.0835 of a common share of Sundial. Transaction highlights. Establishes Sundial as one of Canada's largest vertically integrated cannabis companies. Sundial is a diversified cannabis company with a strong brand portfolio and extensive consumer packaged goods experience. Acquiring Spirit Leaf broadens Sundial's business with a strategic entry into cannabis retail and enables greater access to an understanding of retail markets, product marketing insights, and consumer purchasing trends. Establishes Sundial as Canada's largest single-branded network of retail operations. The addition of well-established Spirit Leaf franchise and corporate-owned stores representing the country's largest single-brand recreational cannabis retailer with 100+ stores across 6 provinces provides Sundial with an integration and expansion platform in current operating markets in Canada. Strengthens Sundial's retail expertise with cannabis advocates. Spirit Leaf has earned its reputation as an industry leader for its franchise sales and support system, in-store design and experience, employee education and training, marketing creativity, and customer benefits program. So this is definitely some great news for SNDL, and it's part of the reasons if you believe in the long-term prospects, there's a lot to look forward to here. So now let's jump into the technical analysis. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SNDL's Sundial Growers. So let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at 84 cents, being up 3.95%. On the low, it tested 78 cents, and then on the high, testing 84 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see here we traded at 103.505 million shares. As far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it is around 102.215 million shares. So we did have above average volume, which means we ended up getting a lot more buying pressure, and that's why we ended up being green on the day. When we take a look at the indicators on our chart, you can see from the RSI, we're right around 42.75. So we are continuing to be in the oversold territory. When we take a look at the indicators on the chart, you can see we're below the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, and of course, we are showing some strength on the 200-day here when we close at 84, and the 200 exactly is at 81. So what we want to see, we want to see SNDL reclaim the 21-day EMA. Many of us are looking forward to this, but also I want to let you guys know is being patient when it comes to your entries. I was saying, hey, if you can get it in the 70-cent range, you're doing fairly well for yourself. You can make some money off of the fluctuations, and it visited the area again today. So knowing that we ended up getting some good news, a fairly good catalyst, I'll be looking forward to seeing SNDL show some continued strength, and of course being able to capitalize on a lot of the speculation going on in the cannabis industry, and as far as bills getting passed, SNDL can benefit from this. And what would that look like? I want to see a move going to the $1 range. Of course, this will be an area of resistance. There will be a lot of selling pressure, a lot of people taking profits. And of course, one of the things we also have to know, if we end up having a lot more buying in this particular area, then I'll be looking forward to that move going past $1 and essentially wanting to get to this $1.10 area, which will be an area of resistance. But if we can move past it, things can start looking very interesting for SNDL. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for SNDL Sundial Growers. So you can see here, as far as for the short volume ratio being listed at 43.74%. As we scroll down, the short shares availability is at 9.1 million, updated 13 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 1.19%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see from the 16th, it was being at 43.74. And then we could see as far as from the close of yesterday, it's at 36.80. So we did see a reduction there. But at the same time, SNDL continues to have short squeeze potential. And that's just something that I want you guys to be aware of. But do keep in mind, if we are not getting the amount of buying pressure that we ended up actually getting today, then of course there's going to continue to be pressure on the overall stock. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for SNDL. So we could see here on the inflow, we have 25, and on the outflow, we have 25. We have 0 on the large for both, 17 on the medium, and then 9 on the small. This is the inflow. And as far as for the outflow, we had 16 on the medium and 9 on the small. As far as for the large scale orders in the last 5 days, apart from the outflow day, which we discussed already on July the 16th, everything has been 0. So institutions have not been taking any large scale orders whatsoever in SNDL. So most of the action that we're currently seeing is coming from the retail investor side. And if institutions are getting involved, they're probably mostly using small or medium sized orders. But for the most part, since retail investors do own the float, this is where I feel like most of the action is actually coming from. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for SNDL and Sundial Growers, there's definitely a lot to look forward to in regards to the long-term prospects. If you are invested in them right now, continue to do your homework and as well as your due diligence. This is very key, especially if you have high conviction in the play. When we went on Fintel taking a look at the short interest information, of course, SNDL continues to have that short squeeze potential. So anyone that's looking for a play that involves that, then of course SNDL is one of those plays you want to make sure you keep on your watch list. As far as the range that is trading in, I want to see this continue because it builds up support, consolidation, so we can look forward to seeing that move going to the $1 range, and with more buying pressure, of course, actually exceeding that. And as far as the news is concerned, yes, we did know about this for quite some time, but as far as investments, acquisitions and deals, and as far as all of the cash that SNDL does have on hand, it's good to see that, you know what, they're putting it to work and the future is actually looking bright. So with all of that said, if you are inside of this play, whether it's short term, medium term, or long term, just make sure you have the right strategy that is best for you. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.